Hello everyone, I am Sai Bhasna and I'm here with a video sketch which is a part of Project 1 in the User Experience Design course. In this video sketch, I'll be talking about some of the challenges that the international students faced when they arrived to University of Florida for the first time and their design solutions. These challenges were consolidated from the interviews that I had conducted for three students who came here in different semesters from different backgrounds. Because of these interviews and some real world testing by me, I found some gaps in respect to usability factors like the utility, the effectiveness, the efficiency, the usability, and utility of using certain applications and certain resources. So, keeping all my notes together, I was able to come with two wireflows, which are kind of based on the challenges that were faced by my interviewees. Like this one, where we talk about a gap in academic culture. This is a, a lack of onboarding checklist. And this is something where we talk about how difficult it was to manage finances. So the wire flows that I proposed is something that tackles with these problems. For example, in this wire flow, we start with a home page kind of thing where we have tab structure at the top, which shows main themes under which my problem was categorized. The image carousel, it shows some of the important pictures of US just to make it visually more appealing. Because we are talking about international students, we move from international student tab, which shows different steps that can be done, like the onboarding process, housing options, and initial steps. Since we are talking about initial steps in these problems, I have targeted on the initial steps tab. Under initial steps tab, we can place different kind of options that the person wants to choose. Here we are talking about a checklist kind of a structure and banking options that can be available. This banking tab or the banking page, which is here, shows any near bank to the college or a banking spot which is near to the location where the user might enter. And there is a Google map which supports the position of the bank. This is a checklist kind of thing which helps the user determine if they have completed all the steps and is there anything that they have to do before they fly out to reach UF. So if all the steps have been done, they can just go to this page which says, congratulations, you are a baby gator all set to start your new journey. Or if they have anything that says no, they can be redirected to what they have to do using the links that can be displayed. Similarly, I'd created another wireflow, which is kind of similar to what we have discussed in the previous one, but here we are talking about the onboarding process and its steps. So there are few things that can be done as part of onboarding, like getting your I-20 generated, updating your information for college directory. So in that case, we'll have different links, and all these links will direct you to the page where you have to perform certain action. For example, here we are talking about updating your information for the college directory. Once you click there, if you have already entered your details, then you have to directly log in or not. Then first you'll generate your Gator link credentials. So this tab here talks about how you can update or save your data. So you can enter your data, save your data accordingly, and then there are different types of data that you want or you may want to store, like the personal information, contact information, address. You can change your image. So these are the features that the user can use to update his or her details in the college directory. So based on the wire flows that I have discussed here, I have developed here, I came up with some simple mock-up screens that can be used to create a very simple yet interactive and easy to use application for the users. Let us take a look at the mockup screens that I have generated. This is kind of similar to the homepage of the web application that I am expecting to use. So on this web page, it shows all the tabs at the rightmost corner so that the user can see what options he or she can get at this web page. And we have a search tab which will help us to search for any information that can be found on the user homepage. So under student life, I have categorized as domestic and international students because domestic students will have their own needs as well. And since we are talking primarily about international students, once we click on international students, we are redirected to this page. Here we have major three options. onboarding, housing, and initial steps. Images have been used to make it visually appealing and to make sure what the user can expect once they click one of the tabs. So we'll be talking about onboarding steps here. So once we click here, we'll have card kind of structures which will highlight what step it is and a little information to support the idea that they are what they can expect in the next page. Since here we have taken an example of update your information, we'll go to this card. If the Gator link credentials are set up, they can enter their username and password to log in, and there comes the information page. They'll have the option to change their image, to change or update anything that comes under their personal information, contact information, address. Basically, all the basic information that the college might require from a student to have in their directory. So, depending on what data they enter, how they enter, you can either update it or save it. I have given an update option as an example here. So, once you enter some data and click update, it looks something like this. Your birthday has been entered using a date picker so as to avoid wrong date formats. Then you have text fields to make sure that you are entering correctly with correct placeholders. So this is basically a screen which shows the basic flow of the mockup screens. The home page to the international students page, a card page which shows different steps which can be under onboarding, and then you log in. This is where you enter to update your information, and this is where you save it. So this is how I had decided to put my wire flows and wireframes in it, and this is how I decided to come up with mock-up screens because they help the user understand where and how to go and not be confused when they are returning to the page after few days of time, so that it is easy for them to navigate from one stop to another stop, and it is easy for them to look at the images, to look at the minimal text and still understand what they have to do or what they might expect when they move from a particular step to another step. So this is where we come to the end of this video sketch. I hope I was clear enough in delivering my ideas and thoughts in this video sketch. Thank you.